Kurt! Hey! Hey, you! It's the 24th of April, 2024. Still, this is the third video that me and Kurt have made. And you have an opportunity now to hit like and subscribe and then the notification bell. And then, of
Leave
course,
comments.
yes, that's correct, Kurt. We're going to have some comments. And Kurt, what would you like to say now after that warm little introduction?
Well, I'd like to say today's a working session.
Mm,
Brad has,
that was a fair warning, I think.
yes, that was a fair warning. A working session is where we produce these for documentation purposes, but realistically, people do watch them, so that's why we publish them.
Wait, I don't even have a hat to tip because I want to hat tip those people because wow,
Fascinating.
you're impressive people. Wow.
It's interesting to see how their minds change over time.
You watch them, do you?
Well, it's not, there's only not a lot of people feel comfortable commenting in our space.
Oh,
And so you sort of find the people that do so with some regularity. And like I said,
wait.
I can keep track of if I can put an alias or a name to a style, and I can keep track of a lot more minds than you'd think. And
Wait, now I have to say something, Kurt.
but
Gentlemen, don't be shy.
okay,
Don't be shy. It's okay. We're happy to listen to it, and it's like it's an impressive feat to sit through this because I have a hard time doing it sometimes.
I do too.
Wait, and this I want you to know this. It's like it's very exciting to have the opportunity to sit with you as we craft this fine work. It's going to be fine. It's the precision of language that we're using to make this occur is stunning to me, and it is impenetrable. It's beautiful. Without that, now you may share your screen, sir.
Now I can share my screen
I
and
think
talk
so. I
about.
don't think it will shock or offend anyone in the audience,
I don't think there's anything
and we don't
offensive.
even care. We
We can
don't
talk
care.
when we get to
Oh,
later on. We know what subjects are offensive.
oh, do we?
Why am I?
We do. Kurt, what's going on?
There's a little orange microphone and that showed up in the top bar, and I don't. It says I think it's allowing me to choose the behavior of my microphone, which is standard or voice isolation. And I
Why?
think I just want to leave it this way,
I
unless
just see a picture of you in a
yeah,
studious mode.
I don't know why that is.
It's
So
beautiful,
Zoom,
man.
share screen,
Okay,
and then
waiting. No action.
I'm going to go to desktop two. I have no idea what that's two because they're in the wrong order. The
Hmm.
desktops are from my order from
Wait,
right.
I don't see anything yet.
I know I haven't hit the share button.
Oh my, there it is. Here it comes.
So why am I not visible?
Embodiment. I don't know. I see an image of you that is a stock photo. There you are. You beautiful man.
You are too. So for some reason, this is monitor one instead of three. This is monitor uh, two, and this is monitor three. When I want them to be monitor one, two, three, and I can't make that happen.
Sorry, Kurt.
It just can't make it happen.
Don't feel bad.
Well, there are just all these things that happen when once in a while it gets confused, and so I have to move stuff around from virtual monitors to real monitors.
Oh
I don't
my.
know, Brad, but
Good.
I got to tell you that ever since I put together this server,
Yes,
and
sir.
I've got enough memory to run all this stuff, and I got the three monitors set up, I can keep every context we work on all set up. And
How
so
wonderful.
it's like having physical folders almost, where if you want to go into something, it's just a wonderful workspace. Anyway, so today
Back.
you see embodiment.
I do.
I did a little test here about what it's looking like. So we're going to be in the 5 to 10,000 words per chapter, basically, which is
Okay.
10 pages, or it's only 10 pages.
10
Um,
pages is nothing.
well, it's nothing if you read.
Yeah, I understand your point.
It's
Yes.
nothing in your detective novel or your
Yeah,
your
we understand one another. It's like, oh, this is high density, isn't it? high caloric.
So I went to tested a bunch of these. They're looking rational to me. Anyway, so what I wanted to see is I took that all that stuff at the beginning and I began working it in here. I'm not done with it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
this is the
That's
outline.
very nice. I like that. That's
Um,
beautiful.
now,
As a preamble, a narrative to begin. Yes.
then I started working on these,
Yes.
and I can write again, Brad. I mean,
How about that?
it's wonderful. I have enough of a brain back. Uh,
Excellent.
as you know, I can see.
There's your return. Wow.
I was just asking for the wrong. It's called carriage return, and I had to ask for carriage return. I don't know.
That
Um,
works.
I did the same thing with
Right.
blah, 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 blah. This was
That's
causal.
beautiful. That's
I did the
beautiful.
same thing here. Measurements consist of
Mm-hmm.
sensory perception consists of, and senses, blah, blah. And I did this, and then I did senses consist of, and then I said the role of senses in the neurological hierarchy,
That's nice.
right, etc. And I put a summary down the bottom.
That's nice too.
All right, so I worked on making sure that was okay, and I worked on training GPT
Yes.
to say if I want help, writing of this thing basically,
Yes.
because what I'm looking for is help writing these
Yes. Each
things.
following one. Right.
Do I need that help? Well, there's
Huh.
uh, the tests I have run, the people prefer this phrasing over the density I normally
Yes.
produce.
We understand one another. I get it.
And
I
so
respect the popular whimsy because it's like God hanging with Kurt. I've been doing it now. This is my third year now. I'm on my fourth year, but it's like wow, wow. It's just hair razor. Look at that.
it's work. So what I did was asked,
Good.
I asked it, how do I get you? How do I get you?
Make it fluffy a little
No,
bit.
to not to have it be not fluffy, right? And here's how I should ask. It says, this is how to ask me for what you're doing, right?
Right?
Right. And so I said, how do I ask you, or how would I give someone else the information for to that would be necessary for
That's
you so them to produce my style?
okay.
The thing is, it's it if you can't I won't go find it right now. What it said is, I've because they've now maintained context across sessions.
Yes.
So it really does know you. So it sort of knows me now.
Okay.
So now it won't give me those details that it used to. So,
Right.
so what it really wants me to do um, is declarative and assertive language
Yes.
and causal and operational precision
Hmm.
and the vocabulary, right? And so integration of complex concepts across ideas from various domains, right? And
Mm-hmm.
always tying everything back to measurements.
That's right.
So those are largely two. If you want to ask for it, it asks you to, right?
That's
Ask
very interesting.
for and for the book that we're writing here, I said, if I wanted everything to look like what I've just produced here,
Yes.
how would I ask you for it?
That's very interesting
Right.
it's a very interesting to me to have this recursion inside the AI that you're utilizing.
I find it really, I mean, it's made it, the work's more readable. I mean,
Nice, man.
all right.
I like I say, I tip my hat to that because that's just no small thing to be able to utilize the AI for that purpose is no small task.
And it gets it like 70% there, right? I mean, but then
Hmm.
I can go through it. I can clean it up because no matter
Yeah, that's
what
right.
you do, it's not going to speak as precisely as I do. right? It's not, it can't do it. So I'm sure you see that in programming too. No matter what you do, it would never program as tightly as I would program.
Right.
And so I assume it's the same logical issue because there's the AIs are getting better are the ones that they're not using general knowledge on as much as they're generating trainings, right?
Yes.
So that they get the concept narrow because in any if you go on the internet and you get a concept, you're going to get a distribution, and
Right.
the left side of the distribution is shit,
Oh my.
right? And so that's why I mean the thing I get frustrated with is I can overlook weasel words in and nonsense and pretense of knowledge in publication, right? I
Right.
mean, it's what they consist of, and I can sort of overlook it in academic papers, right?
Right.
Right, because you know there's a there's a body of assumption underneath there when they're using some words that if you know what the assumption is, they're just saving text,
That's
right?
right. Right.
But an awful lot, most people when they're writing, when uh, uh, they use language, they use imprecise language because they don't know the precise language because they don't know the precise categories categories causality and consequence. They're just approximating,
Yes.
which is what language is useful for, right? I mean, it's why we can talk to idiots, because language is you see you did it again. You did the coffee thing again.
I did it
Um,
on purpose.
what?
I did it on purpose.
Because language is fungible enough to serve as bundles of of material that you can use to associate, even if you don't know, right? What you don't know all the basics, you can get the gist, right?
That's right. That's it. So you
Anyway,
did this. How far did you go down this page then?
I worked for a couple of hours, but
Good.
it was enough to get those two to pretty much the state it was
Pass.
in. But I was really more interested in how do I get this consistently? Because I have my days too, right?
That's
So
right.
so it's a little bit of learning how to do it back and forth so that I get the consistent, right? This is consistent. So um, if I'm doing something like anyway, I don't know how to describe it. It's also helping me get back together again, I guess, is another
Good. That's
is
good.
because I mean, anyway, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
All right, I did this all too. So I think I
Okay.
got down into here. Yeah, I got into here, got into faculties. Um, and I didn't get to incentives yet.
Okay.
And so there is there's a bit of detail up here I think I'd like to go through right now, if you would be
Okay.
patient with me. In other words, let me ask it two ways. Would you like rather we went through and finished this level, right? Or would you rather we go in and answer this question in detail?
Either way.
You don't care?
No, I don't care.
I think I want to get into the weeds then.
Okay.
Because if you look at this, it's pretty much there.
What is an interesting problem, and it nails down exactly what human beings are doing.
Yes.
That's quite interesting to me. It is like, and it's unambiguous and straightforward.
So let me ask a question that I've been thinking about lately. I feel like this revolution in AI is stealing some of my thunder.
How so?
Because when you look at the geometry I'm dealing with, right, I'm trying to show the 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 geometry of language, right?
Yes.
And I show that I tie the geometry of the universe, right, the three dimensions.
Right.
I show the geometry of how the body makes spatial decisions, I show
Yeah.
the geometry of how we store information in the
Right.
terms of language. And it's normalizing this idea that you can store language as networks, right? In other words,
That's right.
terms related to other terms as networks, where the relation matters, but the grouping of terms, relative terms in this virtual space matters. But and so eventually the angle somewhat matters, right?
Uh-oh.
So so I was trying to think about that because if you go to my work on where I think I started out teaching geometry first for this reason, so
Right.
I could explain geometry, and I felt like I lost people. But now I feel like, well, if this is out there, this is an example I can use now that is tangible for people. That isn't something alien to them. That gets the point across that what that this geometry of everything is really just relations, and it's the relation that matters, not the reference.
Yes.
Yes, does that make sense? And so, and from that complexity of relationships emerges a very amazingly accurate representation of the world
That's right.
and how we ponder about it. In any event, so I was thinking, well, I was when we the next thing we get into is we get into language is our next one, right?
That's right.
It's language. So um, I in language I can remember how we cover this here. Um, Logics, methods, and grammars. Um, I think I keep it. I think I can begin with that here. How I do it. I start out with words
Okay.
in the geometry. I start with words. So I go from neurons to words to
Right.
grammars, to logics to grammars, and back to the human language facility,
Yes.
which is just very close to what they've got. At this point, other than embodiment, they are getting very close to, they're on the correct path to produce brains like we have.
Right.
So I had a clear idea of what question I was going to ask you, and now I'm not sure I do. I think I've taken myself in three different directions, and now I'm not sure which path to use to ask you the question. So what I'm really saying is what we didn't do here is
Yes.
talk about talk about geometry. In other words,
Right.
we didn't get into that here.
No, not at all. I think it properly belongs in language.
Not sure. I think it belongs in everything.
Well, yeah, but it's like you start discussing it in language because it's like the brain um, activates neuronal groups by association with words, which a word will fire a set of neurons. And that's how we try to fire the similar set of neurons in other people when we talk.
Right.
Because we're trying to induce the effect, right?
Right. We're
And
producing.
so it's a geometric function because it's like, okay, we're triangulating on points.
Okay, so talking about it as measurements, I could talk about those measurements. No, because I can't do without it doesn't make sense without words. I can say words and then bring them back to nerves, but I can't go from
Yeah,
nerve.
no. So we'll get to language
Yeah,
and
if
talk
you,
about how they induce the state in the
in the brain, but
embodiment,
and
right?
then we tie it together there
Yes,
because this is nice and clear this way.
it's very clear.
I was trying to say also, then you get to physics, right?
Yes,
Oh, that's what ties it together is embodiment, language, and physics.
yes,
That's what ties it all together, and that's what's the triangle of causality.
that's it.
Because on top of that, uh, life and life and behavior are just expressions of the interaction between
That's right.
those
Right.
three.
That's right.
Okay. All right. All right.
My job, like I normally do, is just to cause Kurt to believe that he's right. It's like,
Jeez. All right. So I would rather work on a few detailed things here
all right.
because it's going to clean up and we'll be a lot closer to done in
Yes,
these
that'll be a
sections.
good thing. Yeah.
And then and um, I have a harder time working. It's easier for me to work on this by myself than those things
Yes.
by itself.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So, okay, well, let's play this game. I'm going to take this
Okay.
section because I'm trying to figure out pulse signal,
What are we trying to figure out?
this pulse thing
Okay. Oh my, that's going to be an interesting.
in the section signal pulse, please. Oops.
Hmm.
Come on, baby. You can do it.
Wake up.
Come on, baby.
Wow, big, big work.
That was work. Okay, so in the following text, I have no idea what just happened.
Right?
In what the hell? What is going on here? Going on window.
Hmm.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
You can do it. Okay.
You know who I am? I think you don't know. That's what the problem is. I'm gonna stop share for a second.
Right? We put wanna be incognito a little bit.
Well, I don't want anybody fucking with this, that's for sure.
That's right. Especially you.
All right. So now I can share my screen again. Screen. So two.
Okay, here we are, back in the battle. That's good.
Well, here's how I look at this, right? Just so is that I can try to put all that content in my head,
Okay,
or I can have it do it.
I think that'll work.
And I find it's just way less work for me to do it this way.
That's the right answer then. Watch it go.
Oh, shoot, stop.
Why'd you stop it?
Here is the text.
Oh.
I've done that more times than I care to admit.
I understand. Not on record, however.
So usually what I have to do is go through this and find out what is this, where the the real content is.
Right.
They are critical. See, that's not meaningful.
Right. I would take out the they with the are critical and just leave it as in
Yeah,
code.
yeah. But otherwise, I think it's good.
It's pretty good. That saved a ton of time.
Well, that's why, you can't do this for everything. You see the specific threshold, potential stimulation. I don't think specific is really useful. Oops.
It's an action potential.
Yeah.
I would just
Wires.
it just it triggers an action potential.
That's what it says, right? Right.
Okay. Okay. So almost close.
The intensity and nature of the sensory. Is this frequency? It's temperate.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
That's good. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What?
Well, then we got frequency.
It's repetitive.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Should this be summary?
Where? Organization? Oh,
Should that be the right way?
that works. We'll write electrochemical
Where?
instead of uniform electrical language, a uniform electrochemical language. Up, up, up. Yep, up 2 lines. End of the line. Electrochemical. It's almost there. Yep.
So this is okay.
Hmm?
Just there's a causal duplication thing I just want to clarify. As optimum potentials propagate through neurotensions pulses. Pulses. Keep hitting the caps lock key. Processed. Create coherent. Yeah, I don't know. Why is this do?
It's interesting. It's a difference engine. Yep.
That about right? That looks about right.
Oh, I
Can
would
you
say
give it?
instead of to create or I would say creating.
I really like that. I like that.
Very nice.
Okay, so there's a very important piece here.
Mm.
Ooh. Wiring. Okay, wiring together. I'm trying to get this means
Huh.
okay. So this is, it's like I want to put this there because this is it's one of the key things people don't get. Um, there's a tendency to think that the mind is storing pictures
Right.
and that data that's traveling from a neuron, from a nerve, through a neuron to is got some coded message.
Right.
It's not really true.
Right.
It's just, hey, pay attention to me.
Right. Yes.
That's all it is. And by when things that are together attract attention, they create a pattern together. So, in essence, we're not really, let me get this. There's not necessarily a movie playing in your head,
Right.
right? What's playing in your head is the synthesis of that and your, okay, playing in your head is converting that stimuli into a 3D world
Right.
and converting that 3D world into a prediction, a set of predictions or a series of predictions or a stream of predictions about the future.
Right.
Right? So what people think is, oh, it's storing these memories and these pictures in my head, or there's movies in my head. And it's
Right.
not. It's saying if those things were all stimulated, in other words, your eyes, your whatever, you're actually sensing the world and you're experiencing it, the light on your eyes, whatever.
Right.
So what we're doing on top of that is we're we're turning that because we know what the hole in the wall. What did I do? That was
Yeah, yeah. Pinhole camera.
that meant something else. Yeah,
Camera obscura.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of camera obscura.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Then a pinhole camera will reflect the world as it is, right? Your eyes do that, right? I mean, that's
Right.
basically a pinhole camera. Um, but we've got to turn that into meaning.
Yes.
So what we so that people seem to think that there's this movie in your head. What's in your head is the meaning on top of
The movie, right.
the movie, right? And it's in other words that we reconstruct the new stimuli coming at us,
Right.
re-stimulate that, which reconstructs the feeling we had, which is really real, right? It's not a movie. Which it can, but and we feel the experience of it as three-dimensional projection, our imaginations and predictions that over time, and the emotional feelings we reassociate and feel it by that experience, that combined experience.
Right.
But it's not like you were there's like a little person riding in you, an observer, watching this movie that you're creating. You
Right.
really are. Your body is the reverse of a projector, right?
Yes.
You're actually the projection screen, right? The thing that the
Yes.
universe is
Yes.
projecting about, and the rest of it's just what we do with that information, which is the same thing as if you went out in the sunshine, you feel it on your face, right? That's
Yes.
really simple information, but you feel it on your face, right? The same thing is with your eyes. You're seeing it in your eyes. That's why we have, what do you call it, when the people actually see something, but they can't. It's called a blindness. They actually can see a thing, but they can't integrate it
Right.
into their conscious perception. It's that
Right.
it's that called. I can't remember what that's
It's a negative hallucination.
called. No, I mean, so we actually and we do with split brain tests.
Yes.
One brain can't
Yes.
see what the other side
Yes. Yes.
sees and hallucinates, right? Because it actually can't see it, but the eyes see it,
Yes.
right? I mean, unless you detach your retina or burn it,
Yes.
whatever, screw up the thing that convey. But the light is still hitting your eyes, and you're
Yes.
still reflecting the world. And this is what bothers me with this whole "we live in a simulation," whatever. It's not.
I madness.
We produce a prediction, which is a simulation, but
Yes.
our perception of the world, at least spatially, is amazingly accurate, or it wouldn't be able to act in it. I mean, think about throwing or hitting a professional baseball,
That's right.
or firing an arrow. I
That's
mean,
right.
we're incredibly accurate at perceiving the world as it exists.
Right.
If the more we live in our imaginations instead
Yes.
of that world, which is we call living in the present, or
Yes.
the more we are living in our imaginations, the more we think we're living in illusion.
Right.
So what am I trying to get across to you here?
Mhm.
I want to try to kill that here. I want to kill that illusion here.
Right. Are you going to put this signal pulse thing in there?
I did already, didn't I?
No. No. Oh, we're on the next one. The organization of stimuli is what I'm on.
Are you trying to get me to shut up and get going?
No,
Are
I'm not.
you sure?
Pretty confident. And that's what I'm admitting to, at least. Sorry, sir.
I just explained it to myself.
You did a great job. You explained it to me too. What's interesting is the projection of it. It's projection onto the body,
Yes.
potential states, right?
Yes.
Very interesting.
And when we project, we revisit them, right? I mean, because that's what we're doing.
That's right.
That's all there is to revisit
That's right.
is body states.
That's right. You're you're up above there, aren't you? Like about four sections up. Question, 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 question. His organization of stimuli.
I know that, but what I
Okay,
just
I'm sorry.
okay, so let me explain so that you're on the board. So I was just saying, how do we take this process, right, and
Okay,
solve the problem I'm working about? And it's divided into two sections, organization and then synthesis, right? What do we do with it?
right.
Well, this is what then,
Okay,
right? Well, this is also amplitudinal. Did I frustrate you with that sidebar?
not at all.
Okay. It's easier if we just copy it over.
Right.
We go.
Okay.
That is weasel words. See what I mean? Just let me nuts. Okay, that's useful. Okay, so I don't like it.
After influencing, I would put a plus minus. Yep. Stimulation.
I don't like these words.
I don't think it's accurate here. They may increase or decrease the likelihood of action potential firing.
Where you on this one or the
In
one
the
above?
parenthetical, where frequent signals over a short period increase or decrease the likelihood of action potential firing.
I see. So you think you're giving example that they're ignoring inhibitory neurons. They're
It
just
can be, yes, it's an ignorance of inhibitory function. And where that part I would say combine to influence the firing threshold.
influence. Influence such as by okay, I'm trying to get the
What are you trying to do?
temporal summation, spatial and temporal. Temporal. God damn it. There's 12 of them. Spatial summation. This is not spatial, it's regional.
Right.
It's proximity. I don't like spatial
Okay.
proximity. I do it this way. Proximity.
Gesundheit.
This is a lot of this is a lot of
Put a comma after summation in that. Sorry. Fire together, wire together.
they're together in time and in proximity.
Yeah,
Wire together.
which is a weird thing. Proximity in neurons is a weird thing. Okay.
Well, I understand the spatial thing, but is proximity even the right word? I tend to be highly conscious of neural microcolumns and layers
Yep.
and neural
Yes.
macrocolumns and regions because that's the basically where all the computation happens,
Right.
right? And so I'm very conscious of that. But when I start saying, well, spatial and temporal processing, it could be where they aren't necessarily in proximity. They're at different
Right.
regions.
They're in different places and they're connected.
Yes. So I think this was probably right.
Cross. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's good. That first. Okay. Yep. The first part of that sentence, I would put a comma after summation.
Well, they don't have to repeat weather in.
Yep. No
Right.
comma there. That's close to columns.
Well, I put the N in.
You did. Now you did.
I sent my other laptop away
Oh my.
to have my local repair guy replace the keyboard so my E and
Oh
T
my.
keys don't, because I mean, I'm bad enough, right, as it is. And I'm like, and it's like, what does a keyboard for a Mac cost? It costs $20, right? Because right. And because I mean, I don't know where the hell So the keyboard for the Mac cost $20. You send
Mm.
it away. I got it the next day. They called this guy up, and he's really good. I mean, and he's so good that if I was in a previous life, I would start a business around the guy. That's how good he is. And I would just like, okay, I'm going to fund you these things, and I want you to hire three guys, and I'll keep you going because I'm going to make you make money.
That's right. That's
um,
right. You're worthy.
uh, anyway, he's also appreciative to people who are appreciative. Connecticut is not full of nice people. It's full of very arrogant dicks, which is why I come by it honestly.
Now, I want you to make bullet points for the next paragraphs.
I knew you were going to ask me that. Now, did these go indent or not?
No. Oh, maybe.
We don't need to indent them.
No. I would do it on those last two paragraphs that you're on to now.
Hold on. This is where I get.
Okay.
I cover this so beautifully in my video.
Uh-huh.
Sorry?
I said, uh-huh.
This is this, this is how do we do this organization? What do we call this section? Because what we're really doing is we're breaking the world into objects,
Right. Manageable
right,
bits.
object spaces and backgrounds.
There you go. That's a good title. Object spaces and backgrounds.
I don't like
It's multimedia.
it's the there's there's a hierarchy going. I mean, because most of what we're, I mean, visually, it's just starts at the back of your brain like this and radiates outward, and then it goes this way or that way.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
down to the middle to the, we're down to the entorhinal cortex.
Yep. Would say further elaborate.
Further, further. Competitively.
Yep. Yep.
Entorhinal, isn't that right?
Looks right.
Entorhinal, yes. Just need to capitalize it.
Add it to your
Oh, it just, okay, let me just add it.
want to capitalize cortex.
Well, then I gotta do the rest of them.
Sorry.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you so much for working with me on this. So
Okay.
we get, I don't want to get too detailed. You get the location,
Yes.
space, direction, head direction, eye direction, um, turning, and speed in relation to. Well, what do I call it? Landmarks?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. This has got to be turned into a complete sentence.
Yes. Would say is created at the end. Hmm.
This I'm going to put up here. Well, God damn it. Did you do that, Brad? Was that
Uh,
me? Did I
I'm
actually
afraid
do that
I
again?
apologize for it.
Did I do that again?
Something
I forgot where I was.
further. Here you are. No, further.
I think
No, that's
up
way too far.
body. Oh, it's a causality measurement.
There you are.
There we are. Okay, so I think what I wanted to do was create something like this. I think this might be. I think we did it already. I think we did it already. Summary.
Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to say that. What I said to you earlier, I'm going to go listen to that part of the video again and see if I can lay this out.
Okay. So
Yeah,
close.
yeah, I don't know, Brad.
It's so close.
Should elaborate. I feel like I said too much up here now.
Maybe. Very detailed.
Running out of gas. Have we been doing this 2 hours?
Let me check. Yes, just approximately. Checking.
I'm out of gas.
Been 2 hours since we began filming. And we had those two little shorts in addition.
Okay.
That's okay.
That's 2 hours. That's good. We did good work. I mean, it's awesome work, actually. You feel okay? You feel good about it?
I do.
Was it a
I,
good use of your time? Do you feel this worth
yeah,
your time?
yes, I do.
Okay.
My goal is completion is my function that I'm seeking to achieve. How about that, Kurt?
Well, we're going to get there at this rate, Brad.
It's very good. I hope we can work. We
I
can
thought I
work.
could work a little bit longer, but
It's okay.
okay.
It's a we don't determine the limits.
I don't want to force it because forcing makes me burn out.
You don't
So,
want to do that.
all right. All right.
How about that? Well, I think I should say something to the nice people that have been so patient with
Please,
us.
please.
And this is your opportunity to shine. You can hit like and subscribe and even the notification bell. Look at that. And then you can leave us comments because we do want to hear them and read them. It's very exciting for us. Right, Kurt?
Yes, it is, sir.
Well, I had a great time.
I
I
did.
know.
Thank you very
I,
much.
I
I'm going
think
to
we can
sleep
do.
now, though.
I think we can do 2 more bonus sessions next week instead of 1.
I love you if you would do that. That would be awesome. So,
That'd be great, and we can like make gangbusters through this nonsense.
yeah, even if it's just like this, just a couple of hours, it's just huge. So, thank you very much.
Well, it's a pleasure to serve, and I look forward to meeting you again soon.
All right, brother. You take care.
Will do. Bye bye.